If you're feeling overstimulated, burnt out, and need an easy, offline, creative way to track everything going on this year, bullet journaling is for you. This is not a video that's going to have perfect spreads like you see on Pinterest. This is really just a cozy, easy, and low pressure tool to help you track what you need to track and have one place for all of your thoughts. In this video, I'm going to share why I started bullet journaling, walk you through the spreads that I have in my current journal to give you ideas, and I'll also give you tips in case you're thinking about starting your own journal for this year or in the future. So I've tried journaling before many times. I've always had a lot of thoughts in my brain that I've just needed to jot down somewhere, and I love planners. I always started my year with a planner, but what I'd found is that I wouldn't really write consistently in that planner because I wanted it to look perfect, or I needed something different than the current structure that I really had included in that journal. So what ended up happening was I would gravitate towards other journals. Any paper that I found around me or notebook that I found, I would just start using to track different thoughts. And I thought that I would organize them because I would say this one's for the things that I'm watching, this one's for my to-do list, and my notes app would serve as my travel one. But what ended up happening is I just got overwhelmed with all of the different journals, and I really wasn't keeping track of where I was putting all of the different ideas down. This time feels different though, because this journal was actually gifted to me by my fiance. It's meant specifically for bullet journaling, and also I've really thought about what I want to include in this, and I've made it so that I track the things that I want to track. I don't put too much in it, so I don't feel like I need to write something in it every single day, and I've made it easy enough that I could just grab any pen, write something down, and I am good to go. This is helpful because it helps to just clear your mental clutter. It is one place that you can just go back to and reflect and have all of your maybe racing thoughts or check-in items just readily available for yourself. This is also a good way for me personally to track my hobbies. So I have things like my YouTube stuff in there, or my workouts, or my reading. Later on, maybe I'll add something around piano, etc. So I like this as one place for me to just track everything. I'm also holding myself to the fact that messy journals are working journals. This does not need to look perfect, and that's okay as long as it has the thoughts that I need to get out of my brain, so that mental clutter is in the journal and not holding me down on a day-to-day basis. So overall for this, I've chosen function over aesthetics, making it super easy. I've chosen to keep it flexible so I'm able to add things as I go. I've also just made it as organized as I can, but not keeping it perfect. So those are the mindsets and ideas that I'm going into for this journal, and why I think that I'm actually going to stick to this one. So let's have a look on what's included in here so that you can get some ideas for yourself. So this journal is the branded bullet journal that I was gifted. It actually comes with stickers, and inside there is a key that is specific to bullet journaling. It gives you different ideas of how to structure the bullets. You can do just a bullet for task, cross it off when it's completed, migrate it, schedule it, etc., as you'll see here. I started with just some intentions for the year, how I want to feel, how I want to be, focusing on the things that I can control. And I was thinking about one word for the year that I put on this first page as a way to keep it top of mind for myself. Next, as a way to keep things organized, as I'm doing different trackers or different things in the calendar, I'm adding them to the index pages and marking the page numbers that are listed at the bottom of the page. That way I can go to that specific spot whenever I want to reflect back to that specific item. My first item that I really go to pretty often is my 2026 goals. For my goals, I've organized them by quarter, so Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and this is really focusing on experimenting for a 3-month period. I have certain things that I want to do for the year. There are 4 main things really centered around just being healthy, planning my wedding, doing crafts that are fun, and also focusing on YouTube. So for each of those items, I have a few experiments that I'm doing in the quarter and just seeing how I feel about those things so that I can build on them, so that I can learn from them and hopefully get to achieve my goals. But I'm really trying to focus more on the process. That's why I'm organizing my goals this specific way. For the next section, we have the future log. So this gives me a quick view of the year, broken out by the different months, and also what are the major things happening for that month. You'll notice that I did do some decorations. I'll say as you're doing your bullet journaling, start off with just a basic layout, and then you can add, as you'll see, like the stickers that I have, maybe some washi tape at the bottom or around, but keep it simple for yourself first, and then you can add decorations afterwards. That's what I did here. I just went back and added decorations after I had my layouts. The next page is really just a catch-all for some of the ideas that I have that don't fit neatly into a specific month or in the year. They're just notes or things that I want to keep in mind. So I'm going to use this page or these 2 pages as kind of a catch-all for things that I someday want to do. Next is my next part that I refer to pretty often. Those are my books and workouts. For books, I'm really tracking the title, the format. Is it an audiobook? Is it my Kindle? Is it a physical book? And when I read it, January, February, etc. I know some people also track the authors or give specific ratings to books. Those are just things maybe that I can add on later on, but again, trying to keep it as simple for myself as possible. Those are the things that I tend to reference back for books. For my workouts, this layout was actually the hardest for me for some reason to create the different blocks. As you'll see at the bottom, there is some things that I am missing, or I just had to redo the different squares. But I like this because it's just a at a glance view of all my workouts, and I like to just give myself a little star after I do all my workouts and just see how well I've been treating my body or not throughout the year as a way to keep myself accountable. I did do a little decoration that just says just do it, and the cat is supposed to represent please. I'm like, just do it, please. But just a way to keep myself accountable throughout the year. Next is my YouTube section. So this gives me a checklist. So these are all the things that I need to keep in mind to do as I am creating a new video. I'm still not a professional when it comes to YouTube, so I have to just give myself a little reminder sometimes of all the things that I need to keep in mind when I'm thinking of making a new video. And I also have just some ideas for future videos. These are not all the ideas, it's just some starting points. I have a lot more creative hobby things that I want to record and do for my YouTube, but this is a starting point, and I put a little cat to signify that these things make me happy. Next is a monthly spread. These stickers did come with the bullet journal that my fiance gifted me, but of course you can just write them down if you don't have these stickers here. On the left, I have just a at a glance view of my January and what is coming up. And on the right, I have some items that I need to keep in mind to do, some tasks, some events that are coming up, general to-dos, and as I do them, I am Xing them out, and there are little stars next to the ones that are very important for me to complete throughout January. And I like this because as the month goes on, if I think about something that I need to do within the next week, 2 weeks or so, I'll write them here and track them so that I don't feel like I need to remember them. Last but not least is the daily spread. So for this, I write the month, the date, and the day, and I just put a little bar next to them as a way to differentiate the different days from each other if I'm looking at it at a glance. And I'll write the tasks that I need to do that specific day. I'll either X them out if I was able to complete them, or I'll do that little arrow as a way to schedule it. This is all from the key that was given to me for the bullet journal in the beginning. I do want to go back maybe through these, or in the future I want to add on the right hand side just 3 things that I'm grateful for the day, just some ideas of what else I can do for this layout. But for now, I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible as a way to make sure that I keep doing it overall. So this is the layout for my bullet journal. There are some other things that I found as I was doing research for this. I'll put some examples here. Again, focus more on what you want your bullet journal to include. Before I even started the bullet journal, I mapped out all the things that I wanted to include in the journal. I added more on that list than I ended up including in the journal. You can always add things, just don't overwhelm yourself in the beginning. Think about maybe just the minimum things that would make you happy to track, to have available for yourself. Start with those and you can build them along as you go. Try to keep this as simple for yourself as possible. There's no set schedule. If you skip a day, that's okay. Be as flexible with yourself as you can, because that helps you build the habit and the consistency of writing something down in your journal, and then you can build from there. Remember that as you're doing your journaling, you can use absolutely any notebook and any pen. I ended up using this one since that was a gift. I also ended up getting some pens that are erasable because I'm still fighting that perfectionistic urge, and I didn't want to write in pencil, which you can do, but I wanted to be able to write in pen but still erase if I needed to. I ended up not using those pens too much. I still ended up using my regular pen. I'll just scratch it off if needed. Actually, this journal looks pretty neat for now, but I already know that like my other journals, there's going to be some things that I scratch off or some little doodles that I do here and there. Just have fun with it. Your journal does not need to look perfect. It's supposed to work for you. You don't work for your journal, so don't need to keep it perfect as you go. Some optional items that you can think about as you're planning your journal are things like washi tape, maybe a ruler if you're doing any quadrants, maybe some stickers or highlighters if you want to decorate after the fact. But again, if you're new to bullet journaling like I am, I started off with just the layouts and then I built my decorations later on. So yeah, overall, I am excited about this and how it's going to help me throughout the year. I can give you an update halfway through the year if you're interested in what this looks like as I continue using it. But I hope this helps you just get some ideas for your own journal as you go. Good luck with it. And if you're interested in seeing more creative, hobby-focused videos, please subscribe to this channel, like this video if you like this content, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!